So guys, good morning or good afternoon actually, it is here, and welcome to chair yoga. I'm just going to get my chair a little bit out of the way so that we can start standing up with our Kati Chakrasana. And in fact, probably better if it's all the way out of the way. There we are. Forgive me, I've got a jumper on to begin with because I was a little bit chilly between classes. But hopefully we'll warm up soon and the jumper can come off. So we're going to start with our feet nice and wide apart. And we're going to do a little moment of noticing and bringing ourselves to center after we've done this practice. Okay, so starting with the feet wide, soft knees, and we'll just bounce on the knees just a little to feel your feet getting that strong connection down into the floor. And if bouncing on your knees doesn't suit your knees so well, you don't have to do that bit. You can just feel the soles of your feet making that connection. And when you feel that connection is becoming a little stronger, often it takes us just moving our awareness there to feel that strengthening connection, that sense of downward energy and grounding. Bring yourself into the center and then begin gentle twisting. And perhaps beginning to engage your abdominal muscles a little, drawing them inwards, upwards. Lengthening through the crown of your head and the back of your neck. And only twisting as far as feels comfortable. So if you meet some resistance in the body, not pushing towards that too much, just twisting away in the opposite direction. It doesn't matter if your twist feels a little lopsided, if you've got one stiffer side. Then focusing on softening the shoulders, relaxing them down, letting the arms be heavy and loose. And we're going to focus our concentration on the movement of our arms through space. So if your arms are bare, or even if you can feel the air touching the backs of the hands or the fingers, just focusing on that sensation of the arms moving through space. You might want to slow your rhythm down to be able to experience that sensation, or perhaps speed it up if you prefer. Feel the coolness of the air moving across the arms, between the fingers, maybe catching a little air in the palms of the hands. And then moving your awareness into your feet, you can pivot on your toes. Maybe you can still feel that sensation of air across the arms between the fingers. But freeing the feet, freeing the hips. And then if you want to add a soft bend in the knees, in the center of the movement, you can. And if you want to touch your opposite shoulder in front of you and your opposite hip behind, you can do that too. Once we feel that awakening of the muscles in the lower body, and release the bend, and then bring your feet to stillness, and then sway your body, your upper body, gently back to steadiness. And when you become still again, stop for a moment and just observe the sensation in your body. Observe the effect of the practice on your breath. on your heart rate. Observe the difference between movement and stillness. And even in the still position, there's maybe the steady in the steady and still position, there's maybe a sensation of vibration or movement of energy around the body. So a tingling in the fingers, or a vibration down the arms, or from the center of the body. And then when you're ready, you can just gently blink your eyes open, and we're ready to start our practice. So squaring your feet if it feels comfortable to do that, keeping a touch of softness in the knees. You're going to breathe in, taking the arms out and up. Doesn't matter where they get to, just reaching as far as feels comfortable. And as you breathe out, bring the palms together at the center of the chest. Excellent. Breathing in, reaching wide and reaching up, maybe a sensation of lift through the chest. Breathing out, palms together at the center of the chest. You do this with the head as well, moving. Breathing in, looking up. Maybe feel you're dropping your shoulder blades down a little bit. Breathing out. We'll do one more. Breathing in. And breathing out. We're going to leave our hands at our chest center, our heart center, and just gently roll the shoulders a little. So your hands can move with your arms if they need to. Rolling the shoulders in one direction and rolling in the opposite direction as well. Very good. We'll come back to do a little bit more shoulder rolling in a moment, but bringing the shoulders to stillness, maybe settling the shoulder blades down, back and down, lengthening through the crown of the head. We're going to bow the chin towards the chest. Feel that gentle lengthening across the back of the neck, or possibly across the shoulders. Smiling to ourselves. And then rolling your right ear towards your right shoulder, coming back to center and rolling to the other side. So really gentle movements to open up the sides of the neck, going side to side. It doesn't matter which direction you're going in, of course. A gentle semicircle we're drawing with the crown of the head. I want to be really gentle with neck movements. So no feelings of discomfort or pain as we work. This time when you come back to your first side, from your ear to your shoulder, lifting your head, looking slightly up and taking your ear to your opposite shoulder. So I'm going to say right ear to right shoulder, roll the chin to the chest, left ear to left shoulder, and roll the chin up, and the right ear to the right shoulder, chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder, rolling up and over. So we make a D shape or a closed semicircle. The next time you come down to the center with your chin, we're going the opposite direction. So you're just lifting the chin up, not taking the head back. Making it more of a circular movement. Still making sure it's nice and comfortable. We'll do one more to finish with the chin towards the chest. And then gently lifting your head back to center, relaxing your arms down. We're just going to roll the shoulders a little bit, maybe alternate shoulders, rolling backwards. And then we'll do alternate shoulders, rolling forwards. Aces. We're going to take the fingertips onto the shoulders and now do circles with the elbows as well. So breathing in, the elbows together and up. Breathing out, the shoulder blades towards each other and down. Breathing in, forward and up, still firm in the belly. Breathing out, drawing the shoulder blades back, the elbows behind the body if you can, and down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And reversing that motion. Breathing in. Elbows behind the body, shoulder blades together. Elbows lifted. Breathing out, elbows towards each other and down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, opening the chest. Maybe looking up a little. Breathing out. Let's do one more. Breathing in. Breathing out. And we're just going to relax the arms down to the sides. I'm going to take my jumper off. It's a good time for me to do that. And then, perfect. So from here, shrugging the shoulders up to the ears, feeling that real lift, and drawing the shoulder blades towards each other behind the body. The shoulders are still high. And then sliding and gliding the shoulder blades down the back so that you end up with your chest very open. And we're going to relax back to the normal position. So this time we're going to shrug up, roll the shoulder blades all the way together behind the body, glide the shoulder blades down and hold. And here, just centering our head over the body. So instead of dropping the head forward, trying to retract the chin, lengthen through the back of the neck, and maybe turning the palms forward as well. That aids in the drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. You're going to hold for a deep breath in. Maybe you want to close your eyes, maybe you don't. And a deep breath out. And then gently relax. Good stuff. Roll out anything that needs rolling. So we are going to do this, I haven't explained at all, but we're going to focus mostly on the upper body in this class, but we're going to focus on using the low body for stability. So lots of this slightly soft-kneed stance and firm belly to hold ourselves steady and centered in the low body. If that becomes very tiring, then please sit in your chair or lengthen the legs briefly and then bring them back down here. So our next move is to do a circle with the shoulder. So I'm going to do it slightly sideways on. So you can see we're going to take the right hand and rest the right hand onto the abdomen. And the reason for that is so that we can feel that our abdominal muscles are working. So if you feel that your belly is pushing against your hand, you can draw your abdominal muscles inwards and upwards and keep them working. Better for awareness here. We're going to reach the left hand forward and reaching up to wherever it gets to, reaching back and down, like you were doing backstroke but with one arm, okay? So we're just going to whatever range of movement is available, breathing in as we come up, lengthening through the fingertips, breathing out as we come down, okay? Firm in the belly, breathing in and up. Maybe just gently turning the head with the shoulders, breathing out and down. We'll do two more like this, breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. That's great, excellent. Just wriggle the shoulders a little if you need to. We'll do the same thing to the other side. So left hand onto the belly, firming the belly, soft in the knees, breathing in, reaching the right hand out and up, and breathing out and down. Breathing in, forward and up, lengthening the fingertips, maybe twisting as you breathe out and down, just doing what naturally is available, breathing in and up, breathing out and down, breathing in and up, breathing out and down. We've got one more, breathing in and up, breathing out and down. Really good. So coming back to center, lengthening the legs, and if you need to, you can take your weight off your feet for a moment, give your legs a little shake. That's quite a nice thing to do too. Aces. Oh, we have Christine, I think, joining us. She had to dash to the vets. So there we are. So our next pose is going to be a little bit similar, but with our arms in a different way. So coming into your bent knee stance, taking the right hand onto the belly, firming the belly muscles. Then we're going to keep the left arm really soft so that the elbow is bent and the fingers are nice and relaxed. We're going to breathe in as we take the elbow up towards the ear. It doesn't matter how far it gets towards the ear. And breathing out as we draw the elbow maybe a touch behind the body and down. So if you're happy with that movement, keep going. And Annette, maybe just doing a smaller circle. It can be really small, but just anything that feels okay, not looking to increase any pain here. Okay? So soft elbows, soft shoulders, breathing in and up. If you want to, you can do a much bigger movement, breathing out and down. Okay? Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Now we'll go the opposite way as well. Breathing in and up, elbows soft. Breathing out and down. Firm in the belly. We're only doing 3 in this direction. In and up. Out and down. In and up. Out and down. Lovely. So staying on this side, if you want to, you can increase the movement. So only the forward and up movement. So you can increase the movement by moving your body as well. So you move your whole torso as you make these arm circles. So firm in the belly, breathing in and up. And just moving the body to wherever feels good. Out and down. Breathing in and up. Out and down. We'll do 2 more. Breathing in and up. Moving on your legs a little. Out and down. Last one. Breathing in and up. Out and down. Excellent stuff. Let's turn to the other side. So left hand resting on the belly, belly muscles firm, right arm nice and soft, particularly in the elbow and the wrist, and then steady in the upper body. Breathing in, taking the elbow up, breathing out and down. Breathing in and up, breathing out and down. Explore your range of movement. Breathing in and up, breathing out and down, soft arm, breathing in and up, breathing out and down, and last one, breathing in and up, breathing out and down. Let's do 3 in the opposite direction, breathing in and up, breathing out and down, breathing in and up, breathing out and down, breathing in and up, breathing out and down. Now we do the forward direction but with the whole body. So breathing in and up, Open the side of the body if you can, breathing out and down as you twist. Breathing in and up, really firm in the belly. Breathing out and down. Oh, my shoulder just cracked. Awesome. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. We'll do just one more. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Finish back in the center, just relaxing the arms, lengthening the legs, and making any movements that feel good. Maybe sometimes after letting the wrists flop like that, I like to roll my wrists because it makes them feel a bit funny to be floppy. Maybe it does for you too. Okay, super duper. So we're going to now come to our spinal undulation. So we've done quite a lot with the upper back. I want you to focus on how it feels in the upper back. So firm in the belly, a nice wide stance, soft knees. And we're going to breathe in as we take the elbows wide and open the chest. And breathe out as we fold forward, as if we're reaching across a large ball. So we don't want to bend down necessarily, just bending forward. Feeling that length out of the base of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Breathing in as we come up, opening the chest, looking forward, elbows dropping back and down, breathing out, rounding the spine, draping the body forward. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more, breathing in, breathing out. And this time as we breathe in, just stand tall, lengthen arms and legs, reach the hands out and float the arms down to the side. Rolling the shoulders gently, making any movements that feel good with your spine and with your shoulders particularly. Our next pose, we're going to actually do some work with the low body, but we use the chair. So come to your chair, and if you prefer to do this freestanding, you can, but coming to your chair if you prefer. And you can also use a wall, it doesn't have to be a chair. And we're going to stand a relatively, like at least a foot's length away from the chair, because you're going to come up onto your tiptoes, and as you do, you bring your body a little bit closer to the chair, so just giving yourself enough space. Feet directly underneath your hip joints if you can, that's where your leg bones come into your hips, not this part, the outside of the body. Hands lightly resting, firm in the belly. Looking forward and using a point of focus where you can rest your gaze and it won't move. It keeps you steady. Breathing in up onto your tiptoes. And breathing out as you float your heels back down to the floor. Strong in your center. Breathing in up onto your tiptoes. Breathing out, float your heels to the floor. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. One more like this. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. And now we're just going to bend the knees a couple of times, a nice sort of gentle bounce into the knees just to release any tension. So this time we're going to come up and we're going to do our gentle side twists as well. So breathing in, come up onto your tiptoes, firm in your belly. Begin with your right hand and breathe out as you just reach your right hand to the right. Keep the left hand on the chair. Breathe in as you bring your right hand back to the chair. And breathe out as you reach your left hand behind you. Just twisting a little to the left. Breathing in back to the chair. Breathing out, heels down to the floor. Let's do that again. Breathing in and up. Breathing out, reaching the right hand to the right, twisting to the right, firm in the belly. Breathing in, right hand back to center. Breathing out, reaching the left hand to the left, breathing in, left hand back to center, breathing out, release the heels to the floor. And just softly bending your knees a couple of times. And then this time we're going to do more of a twisting rotation. So we're going to reach the arm up and over and back. But if your arm doesn't like this upward movement, then you can do another sort of book opening twist if you prefer. So firm in the belly, standing tall, breathing in up onto tiptoes. And then breathing out, reach your right hand up and over. Maybe reaching a touch behind you, nice twist through the upper body. Breathing in, nice and slowly back to center, still with a firm belly. Swap the hands, breathing out as you reach the left hand behind you. Twisting to the left. Breathing in, up and over and back to the chair. Breathing out as you release the heels down to the floor and just giving a little gentle bob of the knees. Very good. Okay, so from here we're going to go into downward facing dog with the chair. Securing your chair against a wall if you need to, taking the feet back away from the chair, keeping the knees nice and soft, lengthening your tailbone so you feel like it's almost as if someone's drawing your hips and your tailbone back at the same time as somebody else is pulling your hands forward. Firm in your belly and just play a little bit with tucking your tailbone under and back. So it might be that it feels better to be slightly tucked under. And if you're very sway in the back, so if like me, you can make your back very bendy here, then it's much better to have a little bit of awareness in the buttocks and the low back to keep some support there. You can also draw your shoulder blades together and take a couple of deep breaths here. If you want to, you can sway your hips from side to side, which is a nice way to ease out tension from the sides of the body and the sides of the hips. And then when you're ready to come back to center, look up at your chair, gently press into your hands as you walk yourself forward and stay holding onto your chair as you come into this upright position until you feel centered. So if you feel dizzy after coming out of a forward bend, then just holding on for a moment. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you can relax your arms down away from the chair. So we're going to do also some spinal undulations in our cat pose, so our chair cat pose, which I'm loving now that we've started doing it. So resting your hands on the seat of your chair, moving your feet a little bit further away from you, and perhaps that they're just in front of your hips or underneath your hips is good. And we're going to firm the belly, and you can soften the knees here. If you try to do this with straight legs, it's much harder than if you do it with bent legs. So a little softness in the knees here. Press the chair away from you so that you get a sense of lift through the chest. And then firm in the belly, inhale as you look forward, opening the chest. And then exhale as you round through the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest, only enough to feel a length down the back of the neck. Inhaling forward. And exhaling, rounding under, lifting the belly as high up as you can. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, rounding under. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, rounding under. Then coming back to neutral and just walking your feet forward and then standing up with your chair. Just making sure that that feels good. Okay, so I want to show you the next move before we do it to see if it's one that might suit you or not. So just have a look and see. So on this next move, we're going to use the same position of our cat pose, but we're going to make one leg move as well. So it might suit some people and not others. As you inhale, you take your leg up behind you like a tail. And as you exhale, you round through the spine and draw your knee in towards your chest. So you inhale, looking forward and up, and exhale, rounding through the spine, knee to chest. Okay, so we're going to do this one. We'll do it together. We'll do maybe 4 on each side. If 4 is too many, that's okay. And if you think this won't suit you at all because it's one leg or hips don't like it or knees don't like it, then just doing another few rounds of the cat with both feet on the ground, or having a rest if you prefer. So hands underneath shoulders, maybe slightly in front, knees underneath hips, and feet underneath hips. And we're going to bring our feet a little bit closer together, because that means that the foot that's left on the ground is closer to the center of our body, center of our gravity. We're going to keep the knees nice and soft. Prepare by lifting the tummy muscles. Make one foot light, so take the toe tips to the floor behind you. Keep that leg bent, heel also flex. Inhale as you look forward, opening the chest. Exhale, round through the spine, lift the belly and draw the thigh up in towards your chest. Inhaling, looking forward, lengthening your foot tail behind you. Exhaling, rounding through the spine, lift the knee into the chest. Inhaling. And exhaling. If you can do one more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Lovely stuff. We're going to float that foot down to the floor. And just if you need a little wiggle in the middle, a little sideways wiggle is quite nice, where you bring the hips towards the shoulders on one side and then the other. And then we'll do the other side. So firm in the belly, make the opposite foot light, flex the heel, bend the knee. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, rounding under, knee up into the chest. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, rounding under, knee to chest. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, rounding under, drawing that thigh towards you. Last one, inhaling forward. Exhaling, rounding under. Float both feet to the floor, make them quite wide. And here with soft knees, right shoulder towards right hip, looking to the right. Come back to center, firm belly, left shoulder towards left hip, looking to the left. One more time to each side. And to the left. Coming back to center, stepping your feet in towards your chair, and then just gently coming up to standing. And I need to just release my wrists after that long on the wrists. So just rolling the wrists. If you want to interlace the fingers, do some wrist rolls or some 80s style breakdancing, or you can bring the backs of the hands together and roll through the wrists like this. Excellent. Well done, guys. So that pose is called the Tiger Vyasana. And it's a really nice one well, it's nice, it's strengthening for the buttocks, and we tend to lose tone in the buttocks as we age, and it has all sorts of knock-on effects for our knees and backs and things like that. So good for the buttocks. Fabulous. Okay, so I think that's probably enough standing up for this class. Let us sit down. So coming to a comfortable position on your chair, maybe you want to use a block, you don't have to, but you can, underneath the feet. And so far today's been a relatively strong class. So we're just going to try and stretch out perhaps some of the muscles that we've used, and then we'll move into relaxation as well. So let's begin with a twist. We'll keep the knees together and the feet together. Breathe in as you take the arms wide. Breathe out, take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. And then breathe in as you reach the left hand behind you to wherever it naturally gets to. And if you want to, you can hold on to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Roll the shoulder blades down the back, lengthen through the crown of the head. And then just gently use your arms to move into your twist to a point that feels like a nice position for you. So you don't want to be pushing past any resistance in the body, just meeting it, maybe staying there or staying slightly back from there. Taking a couple of deep breaths. After your next exhalation, turn to the front with only your head. Release your hands, unwind your spine, turning a little to the opposite side and back to the center. Same thing other side. Breathe in, take the arms wide. Breathe out the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Breathe in as you reach the right hand back behind you, twisting to the right, holding either here or the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Roll the shoulder blades together down the back, lift up through the crown of the head, and just move yourself into your twists, whatever feels good for you. Long, deep breaths. After your next exhalation, turn to the front with your head only. Release your hands, unwind your spine, turn a little to the opposite side, and back to the center. Now you can do that same twist to each side if you know that the cross leg twist doesn't suit you. So for the next twist, we're going to cross our legs one over the other. And we're only holding this position briefly for this twist. But if this position doesn't suit your legs, feet side by side, and just doing the same thing that we've done before. Sitting tall, lifting the belly, breathing in as we straighten it, lengthen the arms wide. Breathe out, right hand to the left thigh. Breathe in, left hand travels behind you, finds wherever you want to hold on. Breathe in, lengthen through the crown of the head, soften the shoulders as you breathe out and move into your twist. Just taking a couple of deep breaths. And then after your next exhalation, turn to the front with only your head, release your hands, unwind your spine and turn a little to the opposite side, back to center. Very good. Uncross your legs in this direction and cross them in the other direction. Sitting tall, firm in the belly, breathe in, take your hands wide. And then as you breathe out, take your left hand to your right thigh. Breathe in, reach your right hand behind you. And as you breathe out, just holding on to wherever feels good. Breathing in, lifting the belly, lifting through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, using your arms to move a little bit into your twist if that feels good, if you've got space there to do that. And taking a couple of deep breaths. After your next exhalation, turning to the front with only your head, releasing the hands, unwinding the spine, turning around to the opposite side, but back to center straight away, just like a rebound release. And then uncrossing your legs. We're going to take the feet quite wide, and we're going to do a wide leg forward bend. So start with your bottom a little bit further onto your seat, and hands on top of your thighs, breathing in as you sit up tall and think about lengthening the front of the body. And then as you breathe out, slide your hands down your legs as you fold forward to wherever feels comfortable. Now it might be that you want to stay a little bit further up, that's fine. It's all good. Scoop the belly in and hold wherever feels comfortable. And maybe if you're If you're quite far forward and your head is feeling like it's draping towards the floor, you do a very gentle twist through the neck. If you draw your shoulder blades down the back, it's even better. You might want to do a gentle nod of the head as well. And then with the head still and preparing the belly by drawing the muscles inwards and upwards, gently rolling up one vertebra at a time until you're back into an upright position. Sliding the hands up the legs and bringing the feet back onto your block so you're back in the center. Really good. So we want to stretch out the muscles of the upper back a little bit as well. So taking the arms wide as you breathe in, as you breathe out, wrap your right arm on top of your left arm. It doesn't matter where you get to. You might get to here. You might be able to reach the sides of your body. You might be able to move your arms across enough to reach behind your body to where your shoulder blades are. Wherever you get to, relax your elbows towards your chest. And then take some deep breaths. Feel the space between the shoulder blades broadening as you breathe in, lengthening, and softening again as you breathe out. We're going to explore how it feels to move the elbows a little bit here. So lift your elbows up and see if that feels like you're getting an even better stretch. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. And then if you'd like to try Garudasana arms, the eagle pose arms, you leave your upper arms where they are and bring the backs of your hands towards each other, or if you can, the palms of your hands towards each other. So here there's a little trick. So if you're almost there like this, if you turn your palms to face each other this way, you get a slightly different stretch on the shoulders than if you stay together this way. And it doesn't matter if you're just, the hands are quite far apart. By making the intention to move the hands together, you get that feeling of stretch, just as somebody with a tiny bit more space gets that feeling of stretch when they bring their hands together, okay? So wherever you are, just holding for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then releasing the hands to the top of the shoulders, gliding the hands down the back. We're going to take the arms across the belly and open. Opening wide, because we're going to go the opposite way. As we close, left arm over right arm this time. Seeing where you get to, it could be the upper arms you hold, the sides of the body, the back of the body. Relaxing the elbows to begin with and taking 2 deep breaths. Feeling that widening, lengthening, expanding space between the shoulder blades. Then exploring how it feels to lift the elbows a little. Maybe that's stretchy enough for you. If you want a little bit more, keeping the upper arms together, but bringing the backs of the hands towards each other. And if they get to here, that's fine. If they get a little bit further, you can turn the palms towards each other. You can wrap the low arms around each other. So wherever you get to, just holding there for a couple of deep breaths. And then after your next exhalation, allowing your hands to come to the tops of the shoulders, slide down the sides of the body, across the belly, and turn the palms open, which just allows the body to soften out of that pose gently. We can roll the shoulder blades a little, the shoulders even. Shoulder blades have to move, but shoulders is what we're talking about in both directions. And we're going to finish with a tricep stretch. So we could do Gomukhasana arms, which is cow face pose, which is like this, but it's I didn't ask you guys to get a belt, so we're going to do this variation instead. So with the right arm first, sorry, lifting the right arm out to the side, drawing the right elbow towards the head and back, and then dropping your hand behind your head if you can, behind the back of your neck. So you're not pressing there, the hand's just hanging there, and then using your right hand to gently ease your elbow backwards. So towards your head and backwards until you feel a stretch. And if this doesn't feel good, then you can do the same thing, a very similar thing with the arm in front of the body, which might get the stretch that you need. Okay, so either over the head if you can, or in front of the body if that's more comfortable. We want the head to be quite free here, so not involved in the movement, but also not stuck and not stuck forward. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Then we'll release. We'll release the right hand and just slowly let the left elbow drop to the side, uncurl the left arm. Fabulous. Annette, doing what you can with this left arm, okay? So reaching the left arm up, bringing the elbow to, the upper arm towards the ear, bending the elbow, reaching back, and then taking our right arm and just helping, left, right. I've maybe muddled my lefts and rights. Sorry about that, guys. Opposite side. Yes, I definitely have muddled my lefts and rights. So just easing that arm into a stretch, making sure that the head is free of the movement. If you need to bring that stretch in front of the body, you can. Again, you're just looking for something that feels like you're lengthening. We'll take 2 deep breaths. And then to release out, we're just going to let go with our helping arm and let the bent arm, elbow come down to the side of the body and release. I've had a whole day of forgetting lefts and rights, so apologies for that. Who knew? Okay, guys. So here, if you want to do any more movements with the shoulders to release or the wrists, then you can, but this ends the moving part of our class. And so it's time for relaxation. So today I'm going to grab the tincture chimes and settle yourselves into your seat. So settling yourself right back in your seat, or if you prefer, resting on a sofa, reclining in some way that's supportive. Whatever position you choose, make sure it's a comfortable one. And if you are sitting upright, then making sure that your feet are flat on support. So either flat on the floor or flat on a block or a book or something. Nestle your shoulders back into the chair behind you. And we're going to do one last thing where we take the elbows and press them backwards. So pressing the elbows backwards, maybe it's the upper arms. You can bring your elbows in close so they press into the back of the chair. Pressing backwards, just holding this press. And then gently releasing. And that helps to loosen off some of the tension in the upper body as well. Resting your hands wherever feels comfortable. You can choose a mudra, a chin mudra, or jnana mudra if you like for the hands, or just simply resting them. Closing your eyes, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Taking a long deep breath in, sigh out through your mouth. Let all of your effort go. Long deep breath in. Sigh out through the mouth, relax your muscles. Last deep breath in. Sigh and surrender down into your seat, back into your support. Allow your breath to find its natural, spontaneous rhythm and fall away into silence. Take your awareness into your forehead, feel it soften and spread. Feel the area around your eyes relaxing, your mouth and tongue and jaw releasing. Become aware of the touch of air on your skin, the touch of air on your face, on your neck, your collarbones. If you have bare arms, across the arms or the wrists, hands, fingers. If you have bare feet, across the soles of the feet, the insteps, the top of the foot, the ends of the toes, the ankles. Observe the sensation of the clothed parts of the body, so the skin against your clothes. The firmness of the contact between your skin and clothes that are close-fitting. The space between your skin and clothes that are looser-fitting. Observe the feeling of the clothes moving against your skin as you breathe. Draw your awareness to your breathing. Maybe gently deepen your breath. Find a long, slow, deep rhythm of breath. Relaxing the face, the chest and shoulders. Continuing to breathe in this way, bring to mind something that you really like about yourself. It can be more than one thing. Something that you are good at. Something that makes you feel good about yourself. It can be a character trait, an action, a deed. And create a little bubble of kindness and love around your thought. And give it to yourself, like a hug. Or a lovely compliment from someone else. You can hold this bubble of kindness in your heart. Think about somebody else that you love. Think about what you love about them. Their good character, action or deed, the things that you like about them. Wrap another little bubble of kindness around this thought and bring it to your heart. You can choose another person that you love, and as many as you like. And about each person, think about what it is that you love about them. Hold that in a bubble of kindness and bring it into your heart. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to your hands and your fingers, moving gently your fingers and toes. Hands and fingers, so hands and feet, moving fingers and toes. Rolling maybe your wrists a little, just gently lifting the heels and then the toes. We're going to finish this relaxation instead of in the normal fashion by giving ourselves a big hug instead. So as you breathe in, we're going to stretch through the body in any way that feels good. Maybe yawning a little. And then instead of just breathing out the arms to the side, we're going to breathe out and wrap our arms around us. And take the chin towards the chest and just give ourselves a really big hug. And as you're wrapping across your heart center, it's like you're hugging all of the people that you thought about, that you wrapped up their kind thoughts and words and deeds in your bubbles, in your heart. And in this way, we can send our love energetically to whoever we would like to. So take a deep breath and give yourself a big smile and a big hug. And when you're ready, you can raise your head, release your hands, open your eyes. And that's where we'll finish for today. Namaste. Awesome sauce, guys.